You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
We found the communists. WSJ exposes Trump's unprecedented state capitalism, based on an article by Nick Hilden. Trump's help is just government capture with a logo, not help, leverage. The reporting here is simple enough to be useful. Trump pushed Apple's Tim Cook toward a deal with Intel, Intel stock jumped, Trump personally bought a significant share before the rise, and the administration now holds a large ownership stake while monitoring the company's technology and offering strategic guidance. That is the factual core. Everything else is the smoke machine. What matters is not whether Trump can slap a label like state capitalism on it. What matters is that public power is being used to steer private corporate outcomes, and the people closest to that power appear to be positioned to benefit from the move. That is not market activity. It is political control with financial upside. Who holds the power? The decision-making chain runs through Trump. He is the one who pushed Cook. He is the one whose administration is now Intel's largest shareholder. He is the one whose intervention altered the corporate outcome. The companies are not the central actors here, they are the objects being managed. That is the key political fact the story contains, even if the labels try to soften it. When a president can pressure firms, take a stake, oversee development, and then profit from the resulting market move, the issue is not ideology in the abstract. It is who gets to command institutions and who cashes in after the command is issued. The anti-communist performance. Trump's recent communist hysteria is not serious political language. It is cover. He has railed against communism more loudly while his own government behaves like a patronage state, intervening in business, taking ownership, and dictating strategic direction. The point of the rhetoric is not consistency. It is distraction. Calling opponents communists while engineering government-directed corporate control is not hypocrisy by accident. It is a deliberate inversion. The accusation is used to erase attention from the real story, a president weaponizing the state to shape capital in ways that reward himself and tighten political control. This is not a confusion. The weakest framing in stories like this is to treat it as some muddled blend of left and right, a weird ideological mashup, or a quirky MAGA contradiction. That framing hides agency. There is nothing confused about a leader who uses public authority to influence firms, then benefits from the result, while his administration stays embedded in the company's operations. The better word is not confusion, it is extraction. Trump's model is not a doctrine with principles. It is a power arrangement. The state is treated as an instrument for personal advantage, political loyalty, and executive reach. The market is allowed to exist when it can be directed. It is overridden when it cannot. The real pattern. This story points to a larger pattern that is now obvious enough to name plainly: authoritarian capitalism with a personalist center. The state is not being kept out of the economy, it is being inserted into it on behalf of one man's power. Corporate independence becomes conditional. Public authority becomes a pressure mechanism. Profits and politics collapse into each other. That is why the communist baiting matters so little and the power structure matters so much. Trump is not denouncing state control from outside it. He is practicing control from inside the state, then using the old anti-communist script to varnish the operation. The problem is not that the word socialist is being thrown around too freely. The problem is that the actual machinery of power is being used for private enrichment and political domination in plain view. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to AlterNet for today's article. With the automated voice of Marcus, thanks for listening.